Assalamu alaikum Sayyidi.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, forgive me, we are constantly blocked from dunya path, though we are following spiritual practices, but a constant brain fog for dunya path. We're college students. Is this from our ego?
You're blocked from dunya paths? What does that mean? So then you're happy, you're on a spiritual path and dunya is blocked from you, or then it's good for you. Because most people are on dunya path wanting to become spiritual, but if dunya path is blocked from you and you're forced to be spiritual, then alhamdulillah you're already ahead. But if you're in college and you can't concentrate, that's a different question. That has attention deficit in which you can't focus and you can't concentrate. So that has to have meditation and tafakkur and contemplation, and has issues with diet and watching certain content that overstimulates the mind. So those things have to be shut off, and that's why tafakkur and contemplation is so powerful. If you can push yourself away from the obsession of social media and sit and connect your heart until you feel an energy and a light. So tariqah is not like external Islam where people feel very happy, they went for Jummah, they did certain practices and they feel that they have accomplished something. Tariqah is very detailed, that one is to get a shaykh. Then when you found a shaykh, your life was to try to connect to the shaykh and not through physical. So physical doesn't mean anything, is to connect through your heart and to use the time and the knowledge and the realities that you're achieving and receiving, but to make a spiritual connection. And that's where the prize and the reward is to make the spiritual connection, bond and look into that spiritual connection. And we talked I think last week, what was the reality of love. So these subjects, it's hard to keep going from subject to subject when we know that the subjects are not understood. So that they give less content to cover because the content that was given is not understood. Otherwise just throwing it for no reason. Content overload is entertaining for me but it doesn't do you any good. Just keep throwing out information that people are not understanding. This path is based on love, and if you don't achieve the love then you really didn't achieve what the tariqah had intended. No problem, because you will achieve it in the grave, which is much more difficult. So everyone has the equal opportunity here. As soon as they die then that will take place. But for those whom living through a life that may become increasingly more difficult, the tools that Allah is giving to them is tariqah, like a life vest or a lifeboat. If you don't take these tools and put them aside for use, it can be a great disappointment. Like when we buy tools and think we're ready to do something and nobody can find them. And very difficult, because now everything has to stop and you have to now go out and try to buy it, find it and relocate it. Imagine a life like that in which you didn't store the tools for the difficulties that are coming, and when the difficulty comes you can't run out to stores to get it. You're supposed to have had it inside of you, and that becomes the realities of tafakkur and contemplation. That if your life is not about just a few minutes every day at the end of the prayers connecting, asking to be in the association of the shaykhs, connecting with the shaykhs, doing the zikrs and the awrads and the practices that were given, breathing and connecting, until very strong connection with the spirituality is connected. And every time they teach and every time they talk you have to make that connection. And as a result then you become a connected individual. And as the difficulties on the exterior are increased, because they're going to test your inner connection. So Only way to show it graphically, as if like a storm is coming that will push all of your flesh and you away. And they want to see if you're able to keep holding as all of your physicality is going. I think it was Dr. Strange, Ali went hit and went. Well, that's very much tariqah, but maybe they don't understand the graphics of that. They want to see if you're able to hold and your physicality be hit, but you to be right there. Most them, their soul and their physicality will go flying because they're locked in together. That becomes confusion and failure. What's being taught is that your soul is connected and locked on, and when boom the physicality is tested, the soul is still firm, locked on, and the body's going. That is the reality of guidance, because if you and the body fly away, it's all over the place, there's no way to connect, you are now in a storm. And if anyone's ever been drowning in an ocean or hit by a wave, you don't know if you're up or down under the water. It's just spinning you until you may lose your breath and people pass away. Or Allah saves you and you come back up and say, that was horrible. Life will be like that, where it will spin in every direction. For those whom hold tight and firm and don't separate from that rope. Well, the rope is habl, and hub is its root, means love is the root of the reality of the word rope.